Mark Carney is playing a dangerous game. The world watches as the US, Canada, and Mexico's trade agreements activates on July 1st. And Canada and Mexico are making opposite bets. The US wants to lock Canada into contracts on crude flowing into the refineries, on Sudbury nickel and chemical uranium for the EV and nuclear build-out, on Saskatchewan potash for US agriculture, on tighter rules of origin against Chinese components, and on Arctic basing access. This fortifies the US Western Bloc. Mexico is complying. Sheinbaum has eliminated 54 non-tariff barriers, imposed a 35% tariff on non-FTA steel imports, tightened auto rules of origin against Chinese components, blocked the BYD electrical vehicle plant in Guadalajara, and entered 2 formal USMCA rounds, with a third scheduled for May 25th. Mexico has imposed 0 retaliatory tariffs. In exchange, Mexico secured tariff exemptions on USMCA-compliant goods, and is shaping the framework Canada will inherit when it arrives at the negotiation table. Canada has been resisting. Carney won on anti-Trump posturing, joined the EU Defense Fund, and imposed 25% retaliatory tariffs on US autos. Canadian exports to the US fell from 76% to 66% in 15 months. Carney is betting that the US tariff authority keeps narrowing. The Supreme Court struck down on IEEPA, Trump's emergency tariff law, in February. The Court of International Trade struck down Section 122, the 10% global surcharge, on May 7th. Each ruling kills another tool against broad Canadian goods. Carney's second bet is bigger. Canada has no real alternative to the US right now. 4.1 million barrels of heavy Canadian crude flow to Midwest refineries every single day, and there's no Pacific pipeline to Asia yet. Carney is betting Canada can build the alternatives: a Pacific oil pipeline, a natural gas Canada Phase 2, Cedar natural gas, before the US pressure compounds. Canadian pipelines have a terrible track record. Trans Mountain went from $5.4 billion estimate to $34 billion actual. Northern Gateway, Energy East, and Keystone XL were all canceled. If Carney loses the bet, Canada signs a worse deal in 2028 than was available in 2026. The longer Canada delays, the more US favorable the framework Canada eventually signs. For a deeper breakdown, check out my Substack, link in bio.